You're in full fat loss mode, your diet's on point, you're making all your training sessions. The problem is when you go to the gym, when you're lifting, you are kind of unclear if you should be lifting heavy weights, light weights, medium weights, should you be bodybuilding, etc. So today I want to go over rep ranges and what rep ranges you need that are going to help you the best to support your fat loss goals. So one of the biggest problems I see people do is when they're in the gym training with weights with the sole purpose of trying to increase their energy expenditure. So the problem with that is if you want to really increase your energy expenditure, there's other things you can do. With resistance training, the main purpose of that portion of the whole fat loss kind of view is to maintain your muscle mass. You're not trying to increase your calorie expenditure, but during the process of maintaining your muscle mass, sure, you're gonna burn some calories, of course. So your rep range for all of your weights should support the fact that you're trying to maintain your muscle mass. So what rep ranges do I like to use specifically for that? I kind of like the 5 to 15 rep range. So I want you to get away from that mindset of, oh, I'm on a fat loss, so I better do 20 reps of everything. That's all just... That kind of myth was kind of made popular because if you look at any type of set rep scheme that shows where your sets of reps should be in textbooks, etc., they kind of have the endurance zone, which is going to be 20 plus, 15 plus reps, and for whatever reason people associate that endurance zone with fat loss. I'm not quite sure why, but that's just kind of the way dogma is with that kind of rep range. And I'm here to tell you, don't worry about that. That's not what you want to do. Or like I just said, that 5 to 15 rep range is going to be your best friend. That's where I want you to be kind of camping out most of the time. So when we're looking at specific lifts that we want to do in that rep range, why do we do some reps kind of in that lower 5 range, and why do we do some things in that higher 15 range? So a very simple thing to do is your first or second heavy lifts of the day. So your compound lifts, your squats, deadlifts, bench, overhead press, chin-ups, rows, all those kinds of things. You can keep those a little bit lower. So those are the exercises that you want to try to progress and gain strength on. And your more isolation exercises or your third, fourth, fifth, sixth type exercise, those you can feel free to kind of mess around a little bit more, use some lower rep schemes, use some in the middle there around 10, and then use some more at 15. And some isolation exercises, you can go even more higher than 15, just why not? It's good. Things like, I like doing curls with bands, etc. for 15 plus, triceps 20 plus, shoulders 20 plus, upper back 20 plus, that's fine. But don't be going 20 plus on all of your exercises, just pick maybe 1 or 2. Lastly, I want to cover kind of something that goes hand in hand with the last point I made about the lower rep range and your compound exercises. So with those exercises, and I'm kind of harping on this lately, but try to set rep PRs. So I don't know what kind of program you're on, whatever it is, but try to progress. Don't just stay in maintenance mode. Don't just try to kind of coast along doing the same workout over and over and over again. Try to set rep PRs. That's why you want to be doing a lower rep range in maybe the first or second exercise so that you can actually progress it and improve upon it, and make sure that you are trying to increase strength, trying to at least hold on or increase your muscle mass as much as you possibly can. And obviously it keeps things less boring if you can try doing new things in the gym. And if you're losing fat and you're getting strong in the gym, there's not much better than that of a feeling that you can get. So make sure you're doing that. It'll help and it'll make you sane in the gym. So to conclude, number 1, your primary goal of your resistance training needs to be muscle maintenance, not to increase your calorie expenditure. If you want to increase your calorie expenditure, do some other stuff on the side or do stuff afterwards, but we want to keep our muscle, and that's what our resistance training is going to do. Number 2, keep your rep range in that kind of 5 to 15 for most of your exercises. The heavy compound exercises at the beginning of your training session can use the lower rep range of 5-ish, and you want to use on your isolation type exercises or third plus exercises, you can feel free to mess around with higher rep ranges between 10, 15 plus. And third, make sure that on your lower rep range heavy compound exercises, you're trying to progress those in whatever way that you possibly can. If you know anyone who is on a fat loss journey but is kind of confused about what to do in the gym, please feel free to share this video with them. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to get my word out to as many people as I can. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. I really appreciate that. It's very helpful for me. And if you like these types of videos, please hit the subscribe button. I got a lot more coming to you. Take care.